Welcome back to the wood shop. My name's Brett. This video segment is addressing dust collection on my new 14-inch Grizzly Resaw bandsaw. In doing my research on bandsaws on YouTube University, as I like to call it, I came across several videos with ideas on how to modify dust collection on a bandsaw. Most of them involve bringing the suction up closer to the table where the sawdust is created. Most bandsaws have a 4-inch dust port on the back of the saw near the lower wheel, as mine does here. Some saws have an additional 2 or 2.5 inch port up here closer to the table. My Grizzly doesn't have that. And I don't have a 4-inch dust collection system in my small shop. I have a 2-inch hose that's connected to a rolling cart, and that reaches every tool in my shop. So my solution is a vacuum hose attachment that I've modified and will mount just below the table where the saw blade comes through. And then that'll connect to my 2-inch hose. So let me show you how I made this. After cleaning the cast iron tabletop and before installing it onto the saw, I wanted to get better dust collection set up. So you saw me putting the rare earth magnets in the vacuum hose attachment, and off camera I just made this MDF support that is angled to fit the side of the table, and we'll just hold this vacuum attachment in place at the side of the saw. I kind of put the cart before the horse on this dust collection setup because I didn't even have the table mounted to the saw when I started making this. But this vacuum attachment doesn't make it past the blade guides. So I'm gonna have to make a modification there. We got maybe no more than 1/2 inch of clearance above that thrust bearing. Let's call it 3/8 to be safe. So I'm gonna have to trim off some of this profile so it'll fit up in there. Wish me luck. Well, let's see if it fits now. We're really close. I think we're hitting the blade just a little bit with the plastic there, yeah. Okay, just a little more shaving and I think we'll be there. I bet you're curious about how my new dust collection works. That makes two of us. I haven't run any wood through this yet. So the saw is completely clean. So I'm gonna run a bunch of wood through it with the vacuum on and see how that worked. And then we'll turn the vacuum off, run some more wood through it, and see how much dust accumulates in and around the saw. Well, we made a little sawdust. Let's see what happened underneath. Really hard to get a good view of what's going on up in there. Got a bit down here. How about inside? Wow. Not much at all. Let's vacuum that out and do the same amount without the vacuum running. Okay, so I wasn't very scientific about this, but I cut roughly the same amount of passes. And there's quite a bit more dust on top of the table. It was especially flying up over here. I don't know if you could see that on the other angle. And then down here, there's quite a bit more too. Ooh, all over the side there. And all over that. Oh yeah. Yep, having the vacuum up by where the dust is created has made a tremendous difference. It'd be interesting to compare that to the 4-inch port. Vacuum versus no vacuum, definite difference. Well, I'm going to say my dust collection system is a success. I wish I had a way to test the difference between the 4-inch port and what I've got, but I don't have a 4-inch to 2-inch reducer, so I don't really have any way to hook it up to a vacuum. The setup that I have does work. Will it work for your saw? I don't know, maybe something similar. I will say that the rare earth magnets that I put on weren't really helpful in holding to the bottom of the table. I actually had to wedge a piece of wood in there to keep the vacuum hose up against the bottom of the table. The magnets weren't holding enough. So that's it for this Grizzly series. I hope you got something out of it. If you like this kind of content, let YouTube know by clicking the like button and sharing this video with people you know would get some use out of it. Until next time, my friends, be safe and love each other.